What? I'm Ted. Okay, this is who I am.
Another week, another missing Ted. Welcome to the Allston Melee podcast. Take it away, host.
Hey everyone, Michael. You remember, it's the Allston Melee podcast. I'm way too close to the microphone, and this week we have me, it's Michael. Over there, it's Patty as usual, doing his thing.
Ted? Where's Ryan?
Where's Red and Tyan?
Red and Ryan.
Red and Tyan. They're not here this week. Instead, we have... Please introduce yourself.
My name's Phil. I go by Reechonline on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's me.
Your internet name.
Longtime Melee player, first time podcast guest.
Long time coming, by the way. We've known you since the ancient times, and now you're here. Yeah.
Absolutely. Someone we would have spammed in the season 0 days when we were desperate for guests, but you were locked away.
Yes.
In the trenches of Vermont.
In the worst state.
No, you
other than Connecticut.
There are
Florida.
parts of Vermont.
Yeah, Vermont's nice, but it's no Massachusetts for sure. But definitely there are some things I miss. Shout out to Hakeem, representing all of Burlington, Vermont.
and also repping Allston Melee,
and
a fellow beat maker.
Yeah, a lot of people may not know Phil's beautiful body, but you might know him in passing from
you might not know him in the body form.
in his physical appearance,
now
but
know my physical form.
Ethereally, he makes a lot of the beats that we use in the Allston Melee videos.
Yeah,
he's a very talented musician.
Like a musician. Like I said in the tweet, the first person to ever contribute a beat for Allston Melee.
Yeah,
and it was actually something.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it was actually something that we were conscious of, like you providing a beat in some way even before we thought about top 10s, because you brought it up for the podcast, putting a beat behind the podcast. I mean, we've worked before for past stuff, but hey, you want to give an origin story?
What's your origin story?
God damn, Bottom of Smash Mountain so much better at this. Where it's like, hey, fucking, what do you do?
Interviews.
And what you just said reminded me of something that I'll get into, so thank you for that. So origin story.
What made you play Melee?
So what
was the first thing?
So my older brother grew up old enough to be good and competent at GameCube games, and I would watch him play. Is
he a god gamer type?
He was to me.
Oh, that's cute.
That's very cute.
So like I'd always watch him play video games. Just honestly, just watching GameCube games was enough for me to like really love them. And I'd play Melee with him all the time. We didn't really think much of it or know about tournaments or anything like that. And then he went off to college.
Who won back in the day?
Oh, my brother. Easily.
No contest.
God gamer. He went off to college and then found out about tournaments and the fact that those happen. Yeah, I think that's the majority of people that play competitively started in college or figured it out through college. Was telling me about it. He got 20XX, brought it home. I was like, this is a lot. I'm glad you're having fun at college. I don't know anybody that does this. That's cool.
What college did he go to?
He went to Columbia University.
Cool.
New York City.
Super cool. Hell yeah.
I did know one person that played Melee competitively, but that was a certain Jack. Yeah.
Hoyt.
But I won't.
Hoyt.
That dude fucking destroyed me.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But so yeah, he went to Columbia, brought home 20XX. Then we modded the Wii, did PM.
Absolutely, brother.
This is kind of cool, whatever. Went to Smashing Grounds.
Hell
that was
yeah.
my first tournament.
Hell yeah.
Ooh,
Likewise, Ryan. Also Smashing Grounds. First one.
Yeah, so went to Smashing Grounds, my first one. It was really smelly.
That's literally the same thing. Ryan has the same first story.
It was like in the basement, right? And it was a lot of unwashed gamers.
A lot of things happening.
If it wasn't underground, I don't think it would have smelled as bad as it did. But it was like a lot of moisture and shit.
A lot of moisture.
I remember people like chowing down on like food and just
stinking up the place.
Yeah, and it was a compact place.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, maybe I don't want to go to these very often, considering I'm not very good. I went 0-2 in doubles and singles in both Melee and PM. So I was like, I like it. We'll see where it goes.
Sure.
And then my junior year, got a car and went to my favorite at the time record store in Salem, New Hampshire, Bull Moose, which has now been ultra mega canceled.
Yeah, fuck Bull Moose.
We're on banned Bull Moose.
Shit Bull Moose.
Never ever.
Shit Muse more. I'm gonna stop talking for the rest of the podcast.
when it was cool.
Fuck Bull Muse though. Yeah.
When it was cool.
It was cool.
Spot.
There was a point where it was cool.
It was right by Popeyes, so I'd do the Popeyes Bull Moose combo. Fucking awesome way to
Sweet.
Awesome way to blast away money. I went there and saw a flyer that was a beautiful collage of like 10 different fonts and like a bunch of colors, and I think it was a Dr. Mario and a Yoshi looking at each other.
Yeah, pretty brutal to look at.
It was definitely brutal to look at, but it had, I'm gonna butcher this, but it had like the best phrase, which was like, "Don't bring a CRT. We have 20," or something like that.
Yep, it did say that.
I was like, "Oh shit, these guys mean business." So like,
all the TVs they had.
Yeah, and then I looked it up. I had never been to Amesbury either, so I was like, "Oh, Amesbury is super close to my house. Like, fuck yeah, let's go." And then me and my brother went to one, and that's where I like really started falling in love with Melee.
Sweet.
Was when I started going to those tournaments.
My mom, brother.
Cheers to my mom. If you don't know, I started the tournament.
Yes.
Yeah.
You started
Brag.
it, you TO'd it, and I'll get into that a little bit, which is like, there's definitely something about being or wanting to get into playing games competitively that I was never really interested in, which is like, you are grinding to be the best. And that's what a tournament is, really. Like, you're trying to get better and to get higher placements. But at this tournament, that was completely out of the window. Like, obviously everybody there was trying to win, right? Or like trying to get better. That was there. But additionally, there was a shit ton of space. There was a lot of space in that venue, a lot of tables, a lot of setups, like a ton of setups, so that you weren't hogging a setup while, brackets going on. Anybody can sit down and play with each other. And it was open mad late, so people could stay while people are getting knocked out, and then more setups would be available. And instead of it being like an environment where, oh, I lost, I'm gonna lose, like I'm gonna leave the venue, like everybody just kind of stayed. I think if there wasn't like some sort of catch for that, like everyone would just leave. But everybody was super fucking friendly in a way that I wasn't expecting. I'd been to a Street Fighter tournament before that, which I did not get that experience. So I was like, maybe that'll happen here, but it didn't. I met a ton of really cool people that like almost instantly became friends with me that I just never met before, never like seen them on Facebook or Twitter or anything like that. It was like before all of that. And I was like, wow, there's a lot of passionate people that are really passionate about the game, and they want to share that experience with other people. And that was like, oh, I have to go here all the time. And so I would just show up every weekly after school. As like,
shout out to the lightning, a guest.
Thunder.
The thunder and lightning. That's crazy.
Yeah, it'd be
Mother Nature.
That's
Mother Nature
pretty nuts.
moving out there.
Yeah. But yeah, it quickly became a thing of like, my friends back home would be like, guys, this fucking like heaven-like place in Amesbury where everybody's super nice and supportive, and like these really good people will talk to you, help you out. Like, I would be friends with top players, right? And be like, oh, this guy comboed this guy in this video, like I hung out with him, and like stuff like that.
And then you tried to take all your friends back, and it wasn't there anymore. The building disappeared. It was all a dream.
It was a mirage. It was like completely...
You can't find Amesbury on the GPS.
Yeah, it's only there when you need it.
Exactly.
But yeah.
And then when people went to Mom, I realized that like that wasn't just like an isolated thing. Like my friends then were like, oh yeah, this is super sick. This is a really cool environment. And then I got a group of people from like my small town to all play Melee with me, and we all got better together. And then the next week we'd come back being better, playing with more people, getting more of that experience. And I was like, yeah, this is the shit. I really like this.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was like when I was in high school. And I think there's certain periods of life when you can do this, which is like you find that thing and then it's all you can think about, and then you invest all your time into it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, some would say I'm right there right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's a really awesome place because it's just passion. And I really like passionate people into like literally anything. So yeah, I loved it a lot. Got super into going to tournaments outside of that one. I would drive ungodly hours to get to monthlies, and I would drive into Boston, which I mean, I'm doing that right now, and it hasn't gotten better. The traffic and the way that people drive here is still just the worst shit.
I can't explain it.
It is.
It's insane.
It's like constantly having like a scolding parent above your shoulder. Just when people are behind me, I always assume they're mad at me.
They are. Then they're beeping.
And they are. Yeah, they're totally pissed. But yeah, I would drive super far from here, there, and go all around New England. I never went to any majors or flew out like that, but I drove a ton.
Soon, my son. Soon, my child.
And yeah, I mean, on that note of my mom, and to all my folks out there looking to host a local tournament when this pandemic thing is over, keynote, you are creating a vibe and an atmosphere as much as you are creating a bracket for people to play Melee.
Yeah, you're in charge.
Yeah, that is something that we realized very early on with my mom, where it's like, oh yeah, we are hosting this tournament as much to create this like vibe that we wanted to find from a tournament, as much as we are, you know, getting people in and out of the bracket. So yeah, I mean, that exists even with online tournaments.
Yeah.
You know, the vibe of your tournament is a lot of the reason why people enter and, you know, hang out in your Discord or stuff like that. So yeah,
it takes a lot of patience.
Super real.
It takes a lot of patience for people that are better than you to explain easy shit to you. Because you could be like, Google is your friend. You could say that to anybody about anything, because everybody's coming in at different skill levels.
Yep.
Like somebody might not know what tilts are.
Yeah,
It'd be
true.
Really annoying to explain that to everybody. But people at my mom, it was small enough, and also the people were nice enough that like if you had any question and you weren't like super rude about it, you know, you can go up and get help from anybody. I want to shout out Golden, who was so much better than me when I was in high school, who was the person at my mom that I played with, I think the most, not in bracket, but me and that dude would spend like an hour or more every weekly just playing together. And like, I was not good, but he sat down and was a nice person and played with me for a long time. And I still think about that, like a lot. I think about the people that are passionate enough about the game, but also like just really good-hearted people that want to see people get better. And more than that, just want people to hang out with and people to talk to and things like that. Like, so that was fucking amazing. So after that, like in 2016, I went off to college in Vermont. I went to Champlain College in Vermont for video game design. But
Sick.
Before that, I was very lost in like what I wanted to do in college. I was one of those kids that was like, what the fuck? I'm not really good at school.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh my God. For a while, I wanted to do computer science. And I was interested for a while, and then I found out that's like actually hard if you have to like do the real thing. And so I was like, oh, whatever. Started making video games and got this like creative. I was like, oh, creating stuff is really cool. And so I decided on that. But simultaneously found out that like as I applied for game design, that game design isn't just making the art of the game or making the music of the game or creating or programming the game.
It's like
it's specifically like philosophy on games and designing them from a system standpoint. And so I was like, coming into it, I was like, oh, well, that's cool. I really want to do that. But I like doing all the other stuff. I like drawing. I like doing music and stuff like that. But one of the reasons that I wanted to push stuff forward creatively is because at my mom, I would tell people like what I worked on in high school. I was like, hey, I made this video game with my friend. Like, this is the art I did for it. And I would show stuff off. Or, hey, I made these beats. Like, let me play them for you. And like stuff like that. And then Patty gave me the chance to use some of my totally not a visual artist in high school at all. Like, you were like, I was like, can I design a logo for you? And then you're like, yeah. I don't know. Do you remember anything about that?
No, yeah, you designed the mom logo. I really don't remember the context of that. I think it might have even been like a t-shirt. Kind of like before it was like the turnip logo. Mm-hmm. Right?
I didn't know you did that.
I think it was sort of like, oh, let's make a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And then it was the pink.
Hey, it was a t-shirt.
And then it was like, oh, this needs to be the logo. Why isn't this the fucking logo?
Yeah. So before that, I was doing t-shirts at my school and selling them to people, to like 5 people. I thought t-shirts were cool. And I was like, I probably came up to you and was like, let's do a t-shirt. And from there, we did the logo, but we also sold the t-shirt. And I remember very distinctly people coming in with the pink or white one. And I saw real people, excuse me, PBR, get into me.
It's the beer.
The beer.
I remember seeing people that I didn't know wearing my stuff, and I was like, wow, you guys are really...
That is the sickest shit.
You guys are buying my stuff. You don't know who I am. Like, that was cool. Yeah. And from there, I was like, it was such a cool opportunity to actually do something creative and help people out. And I loved that. So I went to school for game design. While I was there, started playing Melee there. The vibe of Melee in a college setting, I think, can be a little different depending on what college you're at. Ours was nice, but there were like 10 people there at a given time. And most of them were from the school or from a neighboring town. Vermont's a small, like, there's not a lot of people in Vermont, like, point blank period. Like, there were times where we'd have monthlies and people from Montreal would come, which was super dope. Played a lot of people from Montreal that completely destroyed me, which was fun. But in terms of like the weeklies that I was used to, I was like, it's different, it's fun, but it is different. So I always missed my mom. But while like I was meeting a lot of really cool people in the Melee scene in Vermont, one of my friends found my mom and like found all of the people that I like that I was friends with, and then just joined in and had the same experience. I was like, fuck yeah, like those guys are awesome.
Let's go to mom.
And all of those people are just like, it is like complete random chance, but for some reason, like that community really cared and was like super passionate, and it just like got people together. Trying to think of what happened as that went on. Oh, like for creative opportunities. So I did the design for you when I was in high school, and then you reached out to me with the opportunity to work on some stuff for NEI 3.
Yes, sir.
Yes, the third New England Invitational, which was a league type thing that roped in all of the current events in New England at the time. That led into a super cool beach house, wild Airbnb mansion type thing.
It's fun.
At the end of the event, where if you did well enough in the league, you were invited to this thing, and as well as we had a couple voting summit style spots, and that is definitely where a good portion of the merch popped off. But we as well, on top of doing this, this whole like incorporating all the events, we had a bunch of really fucking cool goals for the local regions. So yeah, there was a bunch of stuff that like, you could buy a product and contribute to the pop bonus for a local event.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a really cool event, and it was just like, just trying to take advantage of all the shit that we had available to us. I'd been working at Smash at the time. I was like, I want to do this. I have the tools to do this. We need to just do this. It was kind of the biggest test possible.
Is that when you came back from working at Smash G, or was that after you were?
I was still working there.
Okay, cool.
And that happened.
I couldn't remember. That's rad. Sweet.
So you gave me the opportunity to work on that. That was 2019, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
The summer 2019, I was like, oh cool, this is a cool opportunity to do stuff, and I made some designs and gave them to you, and I very vividly remember like doing them at like 3 a.m. and being like, I don't know if these are any good at all. It's like, who the fuck knows? Made them, and then that's like some of the stuff I'm like the most proud of working on. Like that Captain Falcon hoodie, I still see people wear it venues.
That is the one.
And I'm like, wow, okay, cool. You just gave, once again, like you gave me a really good opportunity to keep doing the stuff that I'm doing. And it wasn't just like a you needing something from me type deal. It was like a you are my friend.
Yeah.
And we were kind of just building together and doing the stuff, like giving each other opportunities to do the stuff we wanted to do together. So that was super cool. Really loved that. Then you started coming back for more tournaments after Smash GG, right? Mm-hmm. So you did monthlies, which was the first time I was in the Maman venue in like a really long time. There was, you know, I was still really just big studying at that point. Didn't really have much opportunity to get back to Massachusetts for weeklies or anything like that. That was when like netplay first started to like prior Slippy netplay Anthers. That was
become the standard.
Yeah. That was pretty big around that time while I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried that out, and oh my god, that was like an experience I was not super amped about. So I was at there's something so cold about reading text that I don't enjoy about the internet. Like,
I fucking hate text.
I hate reading text. And
that's really funny.
The warmness of seeing somebody in person and like me looking Michael.
Hi-oh.
And being like, you are a person. Like, you won't say the same shit that some shitter will say.
Absolutely.
on netplay Anthers.
And there's like context where I'm like, you're so fucking bad. It's like a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Nothing comes across. And so it seemed very cold.
It's like Tinder.
Yeah.
Anthers ladder was
Anthers
like
ladder is melee
It's
Tinder.
like toxic
Yeah.
melee Tinder, yeah.
So then what is Slippy?
Bumble.
No.
Fuck it.
No.
Farmer's meat.
Farmer's meat.
What is Slippy then? Well, it's better.
We haven't invented it. Where you just go and hook up with someone immediately.
Yeah, you teleport there, and you're like, you're hot. If they're playing like a top 8 character, then it just shit happens. But if they're playing like Luigi, then you're just like, and you teleport back to where you were originally. Yeah, you don't have to do any of that.
Yeah, we do need a rage quit for that invention.
Do that with your hands. Yeah.
I was like, I was tuning out of melee a little bit, but I was like in and out. I was helping out with stuff, and then I found that you guys were doing a podcast, and I was like, oh,
whoa!
I was like, that was really cool. When did you guys start the podcast, by the way?
2 years ago?
2 years ago?
So long ago. There's so many ancient episodes that have 13 views. Mm-hmm. Our least viewed public video. Please, guys, I need you to make this not the most least viewed video anymore.
I'm so excited. Which one is it?
It's TV Tag Oregon.
What? That episode was awesome.
Well, it's just the TV
tag. Oh, it's just the TV tag
portion of doing Oregon.
That segment was so fun. I thought anyway.
But yeah, there's definitely a bunch of ancient episode or season 0 episodes from.
I'll go boost them.
Yeah, I think it's like 2 years ago. I don't know,
something like that.
It's like I came back from Smash G 2019 some point. Who was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. And I was very much like, at that point, like my gut reaction of seeing it, I was like, a podcast. I was like, oh yeah, podcast. Because podcasts are one of those things like that everybody around that time was like, and it's awesome. I love podcasts, but like you need passionate people for it.
Yep.
And this was before like, I was like, when I was in college, I was dipped out of the melee scene and kind of forgot a lot of like the passion about melee outside of weeklies. And I was like, oh cool, this is dope. And I listened to a few and I was like,
Pog.
Really happy that you guys are doing this right now. It was dope. But like at that point, I had no fucking idea what was going on in competitive melee at all.
Totally.
And I still kind of really don't.
Totally.
Because I was a like to play it type person and not a like to watch it type person at that time. I actually really only liked watching Melee when I was at the tournament and I knew who the people were.
Which is super real.
Yeah.
Ted is absolutely one of those people.
He's the same thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like being at my mom, even if it's like a Peach Jigglypuff matchup that lasts for like an hour or whatever.
In winners round 2 or whatever. Yeah,
exactly.
Doesn't matter where it is.
I loved watching it because I knew that the two people that were up there were like thinking their ass off playing the game. And it was really cool to see that in person and know them so well. It was dope to watch. But I didn't really know anything about tournaments that were going on. I wasn't on the internet in the Melee scene as much. But really cool stuff was happening. I just didn't know about it. And so the podcast was cool for that reason.
Pretty much the entirety of season 0, even a good portion of season 1, was specifically just for people in New England. Like we were so thinking like not outside of our box.
We just talked about locals the whole fucking time.
We just talked. Well, we just talked about our scene and like and like why we call him Devi instead of Calvar. Like that was just the entire podcast, and that's funny.
And talk about Golden over and over again.
That is so just for us. Yeah, but yeah, I think now we are a little bit more conscious of like, yeah, we're a Melee podcast. We're not necessarily a New England Melee podcast. We are absolutely from New England, and we'll let you know constantly,
bitch. But yeah, hell yeah.
I forgot where I was going with
it's
that.
Cool.
We have a podcast, and then I think we're slowly getting to beats.
Oh yeah.
Oh, when you start doing just the king shit.
Yeah, so I really started getting into beats, like making beats, in like 2016. I started doing it, and it was like a hobby for a bit. And then my one time that I was like, oh, this is so much fun. I'm in the same way that I got obsessed with Melee and going to the weeklies. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get so fucking obsessed with doing this.
Hell yeah.
Is when I would bring like a beat tape that I made to like the outside of my mom, or specifically I remember one time in a venue in Haverhill. I can't remember. Was it Haverhill? It was
D22.
I think it was that one.
Turns out D22.
I was
a failed local.
So sad. I remember being in the parking lot with you and a couple other people freestyling over stuff that I had made, and I was like, this is kind of cool.
Hell yeah.
I was like, that's cool. I like that people like what I do. It's a nice ego boost. But more than that, it was like, oh, there's some use for this. People like this and they can rap over this. I was like, that's really cool.
We have an ancient song from that era, which I don't think is available anymore.
And that's what I'll
yeah, we do have a sick song.
Is I made a song with a Batman NES sample pitched down and like a Gorillaz drum beat. And I made it and I played it in the car for you, and you're like, oh, this is so super cool. Like, I want to rap to this. I drove to your house. This is the first time I think I went to your house, I think. And it was in your room at the time. I brought a MacBook. This was 2017, I believe. Mm-hmm. It was a MacBook and a H1 mic on like a tripod. It was like the shittiest mic. I remember the way that I used to do it was I made the beats on this really shitty Korg sampler that like so bad. Like the worst sampler imaginable. Like samplers are cool, but it was just a waste of time for me to try to learn that. But I made it on that, then recorded it in Audacity. Like recorded mono audio, by the way, into Audacity. And then to set up and cue up the mic audio to the beat, I would stick the headphone with the beat playing into the microphone.
Oh no, dude. That's fucking crazy.
And I remember doing that at your house. That was like, and then we made that, what was it called? I think it might have been just called Superman or something like that.
I think it's called Faker.
No, Faker was the one we did after that.
Oh my fucking god! I know what you're talking about now. Yeah. I forgot about the Superman one. Oh my god. Yeah.
That one.
I forgot about that one. Holy shit.
I'm trying to think. Your verse is somewhere in my head.
I know your verse to Faker. That's so funny.
Oh my god, Faker's awesome. Yeah. I gotta find that. It's somewhere.
Sweet, dude.
But besides the point of that, which is like, you were like putting really good like verses onto my music, and I was like, oh, this is super fun, and the same collaborative sense of like doing art or anything like that.
Yeah, it's really cool. I don't think I've ever brought up on the Awesome podcast I used to rap, and like that used to be a thing that I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it was good. You
appreciate it.
Yeah, it was really good. I started doing that, and then I started taking it more seriously, and yada yada yada. That's where I am now, where I was making beat tapes for a bit, and then in 2019 I like dropped a bunch of tracks. They're all garbage. They're on SoundCloud.
Shut up, dude.
And I showed them to you and to people, and they liked it. And then we recorded some stuff. I think that's around the time that Baker came out. Can't exactly remember. That's when I got Ableton.
Mm-hmm.
But the more interesting thing about it is when you started doing the Allston Melee videos, and I had like put out a beat tape, and you were asking me for beats, and I sent you like 15 tracks or something, maybe less, to use in your videos. And
I think this is a third top 10, because the one you did was over fucking shitty video game music.
Huh?
Remember you did a top 10? Fucking shouts out to the people who know that Mike voiced the top 10.
Did I?
Yeah.
I literally don't remember.
You voiced 10
Oh, shit!
we want back.
Yeah. I did the whole thing?
Yeah, it was going to be a thing where we would alternate voice.
But it's a lot of work, and your mic and your shit was just, you just had your shit together basically, and it was just easier for you to do.
It's a hectic ass schedule.
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, that was the last one where we used just shitty throwaway beats. Because it was a thing where it was like, fuck, we need instrumentals,
and we have friends who are good at that.
And I think at that point I'd even click 2 and 2 together.
Yeah. So to get into being good at beats, because at that point I'm still, it's a constant process of getting better at things, but at that point, like, I had not really made a lot of stuff, but I sent you the stuff that I had. And then I remember like a couple weeks after that, you're like, hey, could you send me more beats? And I was like, I have more beats. Like, what? You're like, yeah, send me more beats when you get them. I need beats for my videos. I was like,
probably like, I'm desperately need more beats.
Please.
We've made it a standard now that we only use New England Melee artists.
I was like, huh? What? And then because you said that, I was like, I need to make more beats for Allston Melee. That was my thing. It was not.
Now you're trapped.
Yeah, exactly. It was not like. It was not like I need to make more beats because I'm trying to get better, but it worked in that way.
It was for something specifically.
It was for something, and when it's a collaborative effort and I'm helping somebody out, I'm way more willing to do art. So that's when I started like grinding on making music. Is when you told me that you needed more beats. That was huge for me, because then I started like working and getting more into Ableton and making new stuff all the time, and that made me so much better, in the same way that you guys putting out videos so much on such a consistent schedule makes you guys better. And every new thing is an iterative process, and you get better and better. Talk about the iterative process a lot. That's Champlain for you. Never stop talking about that.
Moving laterally. That's something you talk about that I think is super fucking cool.
Yeah, it's like because I had a reason, like, I started working really hard.
Woo!
And then from that, I was like, it's like, fucking, I guess this is what I'm doing now. And I could not be more grateful for you doing that, and for everything that I was just saying. Like, I know it's cheesy, and I say it literally all of the time, but you gave me so many opportunities to do cool shit that it like makes me continue to want to do cool shit.
And just because I'm a fan of what you do, it's really all it is. Like, I'm just like, oh, you're my friend. Like, yeah, it doesn't even have anything to do with like the easy to work with part. This is a benefit. Like, I just like think the stuff that you do is dope. And yeah, I love giving you opportunities. I mean, talk about the thing you talked about a little bit, the beat stuff. I think the moment of us realizing that we have this platform to put our friends on, like even in this small way, was a really big moment for us. Just to be like, oh, fucking, we put your beat on, and then theoretically someone could will check the description,
Yeah.
and then go find your music because they heard, you know, us talking over your beat. That's a really cool part where it's like I have a lot of passion in this like weird part of YouTube that I think a ton of YouTubers just totally ignore, where they're just like Animal Crossing OST, you know, and then they just like throw and it's like, yeah, it totally works.
How many times you heard the Wii Shopping Channel music?
Wii Shopping Channel, yeah, that's true. Any like the Yoshi story
it
intro.
doesn't take away from my viewing
music,
experience. You know what I mean? Like, there's never a point where I'm like, they use the Animal Crossing music again.
Yeah.
But like, I do genuinely think that when it's like, when you're hearing this thing that you've never heard before, and it's like a song. Like when we do the outro and it's over this beat, like you associate that beat with the things that I say, and it like becomes this like thing where like they both really help each other. That's the part where, yeah, it's like it's something that I didn't really talk about, but like the beat matters so much to me now, and like that's the really cool part of it. And that's the part I feel bad sometimes, where I'm like, hey, no, I asked you a week ago, but you got any more Google Drive links? I need them desperately. You know, I'm not gonna be the one to put the Animal Crossing in the background.
Just won't happen.
Like, I can go through your old ones from 2016 if you need me to. That's totally the real part where it's like, yeah, I don't want to feel bad, but yeah, it's the part where I really do think it adds this like huge layer that like totally you can watch the video and not be conscious of. You can totally be like, oh, those beats were cool, and not really think much of it, but they add so fucking much to it, whether you realize it or not.
Yep.
So before I say what I say, I saw somebody say it's We Shop Wednesday in the chat, which it totally is.
Nirvana the band, the show.
Petra just dropped
said that.
a banger. One of these days, Allston Melee is going to use Animal Crossing music, and it's going to be so weird immediately. Yeah, we're going to be like, fuck.
5 a.m. or whatever.
Phil hangs up the phone.
Yeah.
everyone ghosts me.
What I was going to say, for some reason that reminded me, when I was designing NEI 3 merch, I remember in my sketchbook, it was, I think, it was a drawing of like, I think it was the turnip and leaves coming out of the ground, and it underneath it was like, no, this was for my mom, actually. It was for my mom merch. This was a really long time ago.
This was finally? Is this finally?
No, this wasn't for finally. This is in 2016 when I was in high school.
The redesign? Fucking shouts out finally. Let's go finally. The rebirth of my mom that wasn't even part of.
Never went to one.
Finally. Shout out to finally. We're gonna go to one. I'm gonna drop it here and pick you guys up.
I would love to go to finally.
It's like we're going to Salisbury Beach.
Yeah.
We are going to Salisbury Beach.
Finally's fucking awesome.
Sweet, yeah, I'll go to finally. I just have never had like a somebody to take me to finally. You know what I'm saying?
It'll be a.
We've gone to finally.
I haven't. You have.
We have from here.
No, I've never been.
Me and Ryan.
And Ryan went,
but I think we were staying in bumfuck. Ryan was in Methuen and I was in Merrimack at the time. But yeah, sorry, cut you off again.
It was I think it was one of the initial designs for t-shirts for my mom, and I remember it being blades of grass or leaves, and it's saying grassroots as fuck. My mom,
yes,
grassroots as fuck.
Oh no, but that was for the grassroots AF, which is literally a series that we did. We did a PM/64 tournament series for like a second.
I think that ties into what you're talking about with the beats in the background being from the community in New England. Can you PBR?
PBR? Sir?
Is you?
No.
We're still on.
I'm just requesting for a friend. Waiter.
That grassroots mentality is what this is all built on.
Totally.
Because you
totally
like as a smaller like group of or smaller YouTube channel, like it is a super,
you're calling us small?
Well, at the time, sir, at the time when I started making beats, it was small.
Do you know how many views we have on the Oklahoma TV tag video or whatever the fuck it is?
Come on, 14 now. Someone watched it. Someone looked it up.
My apologies.
Oh, it's all good.
Continue.
I didn't mean to sneak this there at all.
No, you should, please.
But
we need to be.
It makes us stronger.
But it would be like, oh my god, it's like whenever you guys are like, oh, like, do you need to be paid for this? I'm like, fuck off.
I mean, you're going to be.
No.
By me, anyway.
No.
Yeah.
Because it is grassroots and we're all supporting each other. So I'll make a bunch of beats and put them in your videos, and you don't even have to retweet my shit or do anything like that. I'm doing it for the greater good of like Melee content from my friends.
That is dope. I will say just up front, it's not a goal of ours. An absolute goal of ours is for everyone to be paid who works for us in some way.
That's the dream.
But it's not even like we're itching closer to that. We did that. We did that a lot for the Bender.
You did with
like the staff.
Bender.
But like that's what that's. I mean, fuck it. Talk transparently. Like both like you and Sean both contribute a good bit to Allston Melee, and like you're the people who like fucking we want to pay. Because like you guys contribute in a major way, and along with the other people who make beats for us,
bars.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm spitting bars out here.
Absolutely.
But no, that's the goal. Like, and I think that should be a goal for a lot of anybody involved in Melee. Yeah. Like obviously the community will work for you for free, but the goal is to pay your friends what they're worth, and for you to be able to go to someone else and be like, hey, Allston Melee pays me this money. I'm super sick. You should pay me some form of money.
Guess what, dude? I sold it. It's like, okay, so here's the deal, right? So me and you, we're popular, and we're popular and cool, and like women love us.
Yeah.
I sold skateboards that were $75, and like 10 people, 10 of them. It's like a lot for what it is, and now I can take that.
Just as anyone to buy a skateboard, it's a process.
I also apologize.
Same thing with the cassettes.
The skateboards are coming. It's just the skateboard companies aren't as responsive.
We're just the middleman.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna try. Anyway, skateboards are coming. Don't worry.
Thank you for your patience.
You're the best. I love you. So
it's all Mike's fault.
I can take that statistic and be like, hey, day like 0 of this tournament, I sold this many things because I made them or whatever, and people love them. I can take that and I can bring that to somebody who maybe even outside of Melee, and be like, this is a thing that I did. It's part of a portfolio. It's like if you exactly, and that shit
with the homies
rules because it's an opportunity presented to me through something that I already enjoyed doing, and I got to do, and it made money. But not only that, it's like something I can show to other people and like make a career out of possibly.
Here's why I'm a good collaborator.
Exactly.
These are the things I've worked on. This is how I could help you. That's what portfolio is all about. But you aren't just doing it for some unpaid internship. It's something you don't care about. It's something you actually have passion about.
Exactly.
Which is why this is cool.
Mm-hmm. That's why you're cool, Patty.
Yeah, you are.
Because you did this for us.
Yeah, I mean, talk about that. Let's fucking run it.
Do you want to just run that? Let's run that.
Yeah, so we did the Bender.
We did the Ultimate. I don't know if you guys heard of this. We haven't talked about it every podcast.
We've been kind of quiet about this thing, a little humble.
We did a whole online tournament.
Yeah, we did a thing. It was really cool. The merch shop was very successful, on par with a lot of majors' online portion of their shop. So that was really cool, and it was impressive that we were able to do that with the resources and the tools we were given.
All local artists.
Exactly.
A very small scale production, basically. Well, I mean, like as an online tournament, and it's your first huge online tournament, basically. Am I wrong in saying that?
In Melee. Yeah.
In Melee, yes, because I know we smashed you about it.
And heading. It was definitely the first, the biggest online tournament I've ever had.
It was fucking, I mean, it was a success in every sense of the word.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. And that's a really big, like, for everyone involved, right? Because that proves to you that you can do this again, but better if you want to, and you can add more stuff to it. It proves to us as collaborators and creators that this isn't just something we did because we were allowed to or whatever. It's something that was successful, and it's like because we're talented. I'll toot my own horn. Fuck it. I think we're pretty good.
Yeah.
And it was just a fucking amazing meeting of the minds where we're all local and we all put this thing on. And it fucking worked.
Yeah. But a huge thing, and something that I applaud y'all to death, because you've heard me say it so many times, and it's become ingrained in the way that you design stuff, is we need to create shit that's wearable. Yes. And like that is the thing that I love that you guys have like totally owned and picked up on. Yeah. And I think it's I love the way that you talk about shit now, where it's like we'll be talking about creating a product, and you'll be like, keep it simple. Like, we have to keep it simple. This is going to be on someone, and they're going to be wearing it.
Yeah.
And they need to be like, I want to wear this t-shirt today.
And if you don't know, and you just say, ideally, if people look at it and they know what the reference is or whatever, they'll be like, yeah, that's cool. And people who don't know will still think it's cool just because it's just so fucking basic and it works.
Yeah.
That's for too long. And cool. And really cool and rad.
Cool.
And for too long, a lot of, I'll say most major merch, including Summit stuff, not to throw shade, it's just like it's nerd stuff, and like people love that, and
like you go.
I was gonna say, like, gamer merch, like even outside of Melee, like you have your gamer merch and then you have your like aesthetic gamer merch, which is like wearable outside of the if you know you know.
Yeah.
Like, can I bring up like a company?
Sure.
Is that chill?
Totally. We'll make some enemies.
So if you've been to PAX, PAX
Oh,
East,
absolutely. I thought you were going to bring up some like underground secret shit. And I was like, yeah, whatever, dude. I don't care. Whatever. Fuck it.
PAX East, there's these guys that work with video game companies, usually independent companies called Fangamer.
Yep.
Their shit, they get a bunch of internet artists to work on stuff that like these beautiful pieces of gamer merch that are just good looking.
Yeah.
And I look at that and I'm like, yeah, like that's just a really nice t-shirt, or that's like a really nice hat. And it's like a thing where like that's I feel like a good goal to get. Whereas I went to a gamer college. I see the type of shit that people think is cool.
You're deep.
And they're a gamer.
Yeah.
Like you could market towards those people, but you don't want to make sure that you, what am I trying to say? Like you could just buy a t-shirt just to support somebody, or you could
Which you can do.
Which you can do, which is dope. Wow, that's really dope.
That was cute.
But you can also like get something that you want to actually wear out somewhere and not have to explain. That's the big thing. Is like there doesn't need to be an explanation
It's
for
just
a lot of the Allston Melee merch. It's just a cool t-shirt. That's like what we go with.
Well, you said, Patty, yesterday when we were talking about this, or maybe, I don't know who fucking said it. I think it was you. It was like something you could go on a date in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
Wisely had a great tweet where it was, he wore the Allston Melee character bomber that you made. And his date was like, oh, it's a sick jacket. And he was like, oh, thanks. And then at the end of the date, she was like, is that Jigglypuff? Like that is fucking to a T what we're trying to do.
That shit rules.
Great story.
Yeah, like, oh, that's cool. I didn't really recognize what it is, but it looks cool. And then at the end, like, oh, wait, what the fuck? I've been sitting with you this entire time.
It's not impossible either, because fucking like even esports companies, like I think it's been a while since I've looked at their store stuff for like inspiration or whatever, but I think Cloud9 and Tempo Storm specifically have pretty decent merch you can just wear out. Maybe that's just me who's saying that or whatever.
CLG also has some
got
pretty
decent
dope
stuff.
merch, I will say.
And it's like people might not like logos, but like they have stuff that's just it's just normal looking clothing, and it rules, and it's doable. And take that like base of having something that's just like base level, I can wear this outside, and then add like character and talent and like whatever onto it, and then it's like you got a winner. It's like the Allston Melee shop or the Bender shop had a lot of that. And hopefully going forward and stuff that we do, can we talk?
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, we're trying to start some sort of collective. We would love to work with some other tournaments. We have some stuff in the work currently. We'll probably talk about it when they talk about it before we do. But I think a good portion of what we're trying to do is even like I wouldn't want you, and we talked about this too. I wouldn't want you to check the shop of another thing that we've done and be like, "Oh, these are the guys that made the Bender merch."
Yeah.
Like I'd want you to just be like, "Oh, this is sick."
It's
fucking
this guy.
merch. Yeah, it's just like have that feel, and that's the thing where I feel so dope about what we're trying to do is that
God knows our scene needs it. Like we've talked about this before. What is Genesis merch? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that?
I mean, even talk about what you're talking about before, like Summit merch. There's countless pieces of Summit merch that is so dope.
Yeah,
like they at least have one product per shop where it's like, wow, that's actually like really cool.
And what makes it easy for them is they do thematics. So it's like you have something you can wrap your creative brain around, and that's why a lot of their stuff is probably the standout in terms of like our like Melee art and stuff like that. But yeah,
they are confident to put Anime Armada on a t-shirt, where it's like we would never do something like that. There's never a world where we're gonna make top player on t-shirt merch, but someone just like, you know, belligerently almost is like, fuck you, this is
we'll
what you
that.
Want, and this is what you're gonna buy. And props to them for being able to create merch for the common denominator, you know.
Well, also like merch is so subjective, and like quality merch.
Look who we're all wearing right now.
Bass Pro Shop. I have something that I made in 2019. And you have the bottomless pit Death Grips tee on. Yeah,
which is just an awesome one to describe at a party. Oh, it's a t-shirt. Oh, it's Death Grips, and then it's already down. Yeah,
they're like, oh,
do you have a merch moment?
A merch moment.
Can I say one that just came to my head?
Yeah.
So my last year of college, I had a Iridescence hoodie, like the Brockhampton record.
Yeah.
Which I guess is an awful opinion to have that be your favorite record, but that's my favorite Brockhampton record. I fucking love that record. And somebody came up to me at a party and said, "What's it like wearing the worst Brockhampton record?"
Wow.
Which is just an awful way to start a conversation in general. I was like, "Yeah, man, it's actually my favorite. I love this one a lot." And he's like, "Yeah, well, it's not this or this." And I'm like, "Cool." That was my merch moment.
I have a good merch moment.
Right, cool.
I don't know if I already told you guys the story, but I was hanging out with somebody, like went out on a date with somebody that I thought was really cool.
Really cool on a date. All right,
really cool
we're ready.
Wow.
And I was wearing a ironic, to say the least, t-shirt. Which is like my favorite t-shirt. It's like by far my favorite t-shirt that I own. It's just a t-shirt I got from Amazon.
What does it say?
That says,
Phil?
"I paused my game to be here."
Oh, no. Was this a first date?
And you go to a game.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah, ironic in quotes, exactly. I think that shirt is like very funny to me. It like makes me laugh really
It is
hard.
really funny.
Like all of those types of shirts. Like we were talking yesterday about my parents gave me a Mario weed shirt.
It's
With
so
the Wii logo
funny.
with them smoking a spliff. So I wore that shirt on a date, and she says to me, she's like, "Oh, you paused your game to be here." Like she said that out loud. She's like, "For me," and I was like, "Oh no."
Well, wait, did you put it on knowing you were going to a date? Or did you just do it like subconsciously?
Phil lives the bit.
Yeah. I think it's a bit of that, and also like I have almost no brain left after 4 years of college.
It's fair.
And I just got out of finals, and I was like, "Yeah,
I did pause my game to be here."
Yeah, I did.
It sounded like she was cool.
She was cool. No, she was cool. It was
Sweet,
fine.
sweet.
But it was like the most like I was like, I'm such a fucking idiot.
She took it sincerely.
Yeah. And I was like, no, it's ironic. It's funny. Nope, it's already too late.
You're too far removed, brother. Yeah, that's too bad.
I have one.
Do you have a merch moment, Patty?
I was at a concert. I was in the pit, and then somebody, you know the meme of the guy screaming in the girl's ear at the club.
Actually,
It was like literally that. It was like, "Yo, that shirt's dope," and I was like, "Thank you," and then he was like, "It's way too tight on you, though."
Whoa! No way!
It was super funny.
No.
It was super funny.
That's fucked up. I'm glad you thought it was funny.
It was funny.
All
He
right,
laughed.
cool.
It was a good bit. It was way too tight on me though. Yeah, it was good times.
That rules.
I was like 15 in the pit.
Come on, that's so rough.
I thought it was funny.
Nah, I'm into that. That's funny.
I thought it was super funny.
Should we Should we do the wheel?
Yeah,
we
let's
like
do it.
Oh, wheel.
We'll circle back to
creative stuff.
melee.
Yeah, I just want to get some of these done, or else Ryan will yell at me.
we're paid to be here.
PBR. What is this? Why isn't
It's a transparent.
Cool, it's good. No.
I tried to do a thing. We'll see if it looks
spin?
good. Oh, we're spinning the wheel.
I like this one because you can see Phil through. He's peeking up, right?
My legs.
Oh no, the wheel's broken again.
Wheel's broken.
How did we fix it last time? Do you refresh?
We didn't.
Is that allowed?
WD-40.
All right, chat. First person to say a topic. Go. What? Give me one. Come on. There's got to be one of them.
Go.
What did he say?
Oh, we should listen to Ryan. Ryan's probably the best one. Bender Gods
Oh, no, hold up. I'll bring it up.
gets sponsored.
Ryan made the mistake of giving me the cheat sheet. Okay, I gotta fucking open this
There's
shit
an
up.
arrow. All right. What? All right. Hold on.
I found it. Bender Gods.
Oh fuck!
Are you okay? Oh,
Shit dying.
and this is why we don't host events. Hey, yeah, no.
Foul.
What was the thing you brought up earlier?
Oh, about the
Music in the earbuds.
Okay, yeah.
Let's do that real quick, and then we'll get. That was cool lightning. Let's do that real quick, and then we'll get to Bender Gods.
So what I was talking about was, if you go to a weekly, you're very much bound to see somebody wearing headphones
or earbuds or whatever
at the same time
Mhm,
during
yeah.
a tournament. A lot of people do it obviously to focus or to like amp them up for a game. So like there's that classic like HBox video where it's like, what is he listening to? And it's like Yeezus, something off Yeezus.
Yeah.
And it's like, hell yeah,
yeah.
that would pump me up. And then it goes with the music. And that's a cool video.
Do you remember
That's
the
a-
bit of Leffen listens to classical music?
Yes. Is that true, by the way?
It was true.
God, I have to pee again really bad.
When
You guys-
Leffen was in like scarf mode, he was like listening to classical music. Oh god, what a time in Melee.
But For me, when I'm at a tournament, I tried to do the music thing for a while, and because my brain is very music oriented, I just get so distracted to the music. Like I focus on the music while I'm playing, and it doesn't put me in the spot. Like I'd rather not. But my brother, one time, I was talking to him about it, and he was like, yeah, when I sit down at a setup with somebody and they put their earphones on, it's kind of this weird thing where they detach me from the competition in a way. He was like, that's a separation where you're not even listening to the game. You're putting yourself in your own world. And I thought that was kind of interesting to see it in that perspective. It's like you go to a tournament to play with other people, and then you like listen to music and try to detach yourself from that experience. That's a weird like psychological thing. I don't know if you've ever thought about that.
It definitely is what you're trying to do. You're definitely trying to listen to the song that you listen to when you practiced in order to like be in the same mindset that you are.
That's fucking crazy.
Right.
Yeah. Brian definitely used to literally do that to your brother.
I remember when I was learning how to wobble, I was looking up 200 BPM songs.
That's funny.
That's the thing. And one of them was a band that I liked. It was Fall Out Boy. And on their first record, Dead on Arrival, which is actually a pretty good single, was 200 BPM. So it'd be like, Dead on Arrival, and I would do the thing or whatever. But listen, here's the deal. When I'm sure you're the same way, I think. And I've never seen you listen to music when you play in tournament, because I don't think you have a phone. you have nothing to listen off of. I don't know if you would, if you could.
That's true.
But for me, I get so into the song that I'm listening to. All right, seriously, yeah. I'm like, oh, I really like this song, and I'll completely lose focus on the game or whatever.
It's over.
Yep, I'm done.
It's over.
Straight up. So yeah, I want to be the guy who can listen to music when he plays the game. I just can't. Just can't do it.
There's also something to be said of like, have you ever tried like working on homework and listening to music at the same time? If things have lyrics in it, it's hard to write.
Yeah.
Happens to me. It like crosses shit in your brain in a weird way, where I think certain people can do it and certain people, just can't. And I'm definitely one of those people that just like cannot.
That's my big thing with right now when I'm editing Disco Dudes. It's an audio. It's a podcast, so it's audio, and it kills me because I love listening to my voice and Ryan's voice all the time. No, but I want to listen to like a stream or a song or anything, and I just can't do it. That's why I could never be an editor. It's because I have to listen to what's in front of me.
Yeah.
And I love being able to like multitask, like draw and listen to something, or draw and watch something, or whatever.
I know that feels so much. All right, hey, I'm gonna need you to pull up the cheat sheet.
Yep, got you.
Okay, so the topic thing is Bender Gods get sponsored. I have no idea what this means.
So,
hold on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that we're gonna talk about Seth Loves to Talk, famous Bender sponsorer who sponsored the Bender, and it makes cool content. Wow, don't we all love Seth Loves to Talk? Is that what it is?
I'm going to preface this with I love Seth Loves to Talk.
I was going to say the same thing.
It makes great content.
Yesterday.
This is a Seth Loves to Talk fan podcast.
He should be more popular.
Oh, dude, his 100%. First video ever is so good about the spillage on the NBA court.
Very fucking funny.
So fucking funny.
Oh, that video is so great.
Yeah, go watch Seth Loves to Talk first content.
I binged those videos like a few weeks ago. I binged all of them. Really great content. Seriously.
Good shit.
What do we got?
Yeah, it's not that.
Still great to say.
So what it is that so it's, God, I should have read this before the podcast. So a doubles team that did really well in the Bender.
Yeah, Tempo. Okay, thank God I'm here.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah,
I have the tweet right in front of me. I just don't want to read it.
Pulse Gaming sponsored Tempo and Run Riot, two people who have completely popped off during the Slippy era. Yeah. Definitely just like an almost like, I don't want to call them an unknown team. Like New Jersey and like the tri-state area knew how deadly this team was. But yeah, like they are swinging for the fences. They recently, oh God, I can't think of the team who they lost to, but they're top talent. They got second to a very cool team. I think I'm not gonna try and guess. They're a top level team. They are the team who you expect to make top 8 at the major. Ralph and Dark Atma, thank you, appreciate it, chat. Yeah, so some killers, and they were specifically Run Riot, who's like literally a player I hadn't heard of previously. I think I had known about them because of doubles, and that's like the only like itchling of like what I knew about them. But yeah, like this team is fucking so
nasty.
god level.
Yeah.
Like literally they do things in game that you're like, oh, that's PewFat. They are bear comboing into the perfect up air.
Yep.
They just like they'll just enter a tournament and they'll come out with like a combo video of a doubles thing. And yeah, like obviously doubles is sick. You know, having doubles back and be a main part of Melee is amazing. But having this like team blow up and become a top level team, it reminds me of the feeling that we got from the beginning of Slippy, where it's like fucking LSD is his top fucking 100 level player. Like all these people were just popping up out of nowhere, and it's like, oh, they might beat IBW next tournament. Tempo and Run Riot are that team for Melee, and it's really cool.
Yep, that rules.
It's fucking cool just seeing a team pop off. They won the Allston Melee Bender,
Correct.
which was their first tournament win over like a complete upset, I believe. I think even in the jokings of seeding doubles, good old Dark Genix let out they'll get fourth, and they won the tournament. And when he said they'll get fourth, we all laughed at him. Like that was the vibe. Yeah. So yeah, this team is unbelievable, and it's popping off beyond belief.
Hell yeah. If I was Ryan right now, I'd say, what do you guys, do you think you're going to do good when real life tournaments come back? But I'm not Ryan.
All right, I'll answer your question.
No, it's cool.
I think it'll be real cool to see them compete against the fiction IBDWs, because that is an experience they haven't really gotten. Them playing Dark Atmo Ralph was like, good job, Mike. Virtual Ryan cheering you on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are absolutely a team that's like they haven't really got that many opportunities to beat the top level team. They've only gotten the opportunities to like play them in grand finals once. They haven't, not necessarily. And the teams, they fucking ran over like Laud Rishi at our tournament. Yep. They're doing some wild shit.
As with anybody who's come up during Slippy, the biggest thing going back to regular tournaments is like seeing them and how they perform in reality as opposed to
what's this big computer screen? Why is it so heavy?
It's huge. All these chairs.
Heavy.
I only need one chair. Yeah. There's so many. So yeah, I'm very excited to see all of these people perform in actual tournaments.
They have a sick doubles Discord that they've been pulling up. Shouts out to my folks Raccoons4444 in the chat posting it.
Thanks, Raccoons4444.
Yeah, it's a sick name, by the way. Speaking of sick names, what I was going to bring up is X Run Riot, one word, R's capitalized, sick fucking tag. That's like Microsoft so cool. Xbox level of like cool tag.
Yeah, XX thing dash XX or whatever the fuck. Absolutely.
Tempo a little bit more known because has some cool wins. I believe beat Zane like in 2017. What? It was like a huge upset. I may be thinking of someone else. But yeah, they're both cool.
Coolio Hugo.
All right, chat. Specifically, Ryan, we're gonna need your help again because we're spinning the wheel.
Get ready to spin the wheel. Oh, wrong way.
Oh, we spin it.
No whammies.
Big Michael, is it broken again? Oh.
What does it say, chat?
Chat, what does it say?
Chat, please.
Big one, chat.
All right, we're getting a new wheel next week.
Yeah.
I'm making the call. Mid-tiers strike back. Oh, I know what this is about.
I saw this actually.
Yeah.
So I'll just read what Ryan wrote. Mid-tiers take over? ? OKP is a number 2. He's the number 2 player ranked in Utah right now. He's a Pikachu player.
Yep.
He wishes to be the best rat. Fucking on this tier list as well in Utah. At 5th is a Game & Watch player, which is fucking kind of cool. What's his name? Let's zoom in here.
You're looking at.
Oh, it's fucking Forrest.
You're looking at the results from a tournament.
Oh, it's a result thing. It's not a PR.
Yep.
Thank you. Oh yeah, the tournament logo's right over there.
I got you, Mike. This is what I'm here for.
Sweet, dude. Never mind. So yeah, point is a Pikachu got 2nd, and then Forrest playing Game & Watch got 5th.
All right.
Sweet.
I'll again be the translator.
Please.
Here, I am the anger translator.
Yeah, I did not read this at all.
All right, here's the deal. So OKP is a old fucking school, and when I say old school, like like playing with Scar way back in the day.
Seriously?
Yeah. OKP is like fucking been around for a minute. Been playing Melee for possibly as long as Force has been alive. So yeah, like OKP is definitely old school AF, and it's cool. I believe this is like one of their first net play tournaments, and coming back.
What was it? It was fucking.
And they beat Bobby Big Balls, Forrest. At least they place over those people. I know they specifically beat Bobby in losers.
So we got second to Johnny.
Yeah.
And placed higher than Ben, Bobby Big Balls.
Ben, yeah.
Forrest. Fucking zoom in, bitch. Kadirin. Is that J-Flex?
Kodorin.
No, I said Kadirin.
No, I said it wrong again. Kodorin.
I thought it was Kadirin. Is it not Kadirin?
Dude, I've been saying it wrong.
I've been saying it wrong too the whole time.
Apparently.
That looks like J-Flex, but the font sucks. So it might be iFlex. But we know a player named J-Flex.
It's just J-Flex.
Okay, cool. And then K Day.
So the thing here is Twitter was doing the open face meme guy emote to Game & Watch, essentially.
This one
was like, oh my god, he got 5th, but it's Game & Watch. So it's like oh my god, he does do insane stuff. But us here in the New England side have definitely seen a Game & Watch player hit someone before.
We know a thing or two about jab grab. We know that.
We know the balls. Fucking Glock in my Toyota. Yeah. The world's best Game & Watch player.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Shouts out. Big shout outs to Nick Marcus, Monkey Ball streamer extraordinaire. Fuck, I burped. Excuse me. Cool.
Yeah, but ultimately both of these players haven't really been OKP, absolutely not at all active in this era. Forrest, definitely way more.
So what the fuck? So this was his first time entering a tournament in like forever? Is that
Forrest
what it is?
Mains Marth.
Not Forrest. OKP,
yes.
And
I don't know the other tournaments that OKP has entered. You said that they were numbered. Was that you just making shit up?
No, he got second in this tournament.
I know, but is he from Utah?
No.
Where did Utah come from?
Wait, let's see.
I don't know, whatever. I don't know where he's from.
I'm gonna read what he said. Oh no, he is number 2 in Utah.
Okay, he is number 2 in Utah.
This is true. So I wasn't completely wrong.
The crazy part here is that he beat Bane. He beat Ben and Bobby Big Balls.
Baby Bob Balls.
Yes, with goddamn Pikachu, and yeah, apparently just from watching a quick summarization of the VODs, he was playing old school. My dude was doing stuff.
Old school Pika Pika.
My dude was looking old school a little bit. Obviously, you know.
Are we reaching the high score status where, in old arcade games, your high score would get really high and then it would reset to 0? So now, are we getting so good that playing like it's 2007 is optimal? No, but it's fun to think about.
Ultimately, no. Yeah, you're probably right. Kind of related. Mid-tier hero Axe has been toying around with Sheik. Been tweeting about how he's playing Sheik and how it's the first time that he's felt like this type of like love from Melee in quite a while. And he's basically just saying,
are you not talking about Hugo?
Basically just saying like, no, I know, it's crazy.
What's all these fucking weirdos playing?
Hugo gonna be playing Sheik coming to a city near you. No, yeah, Axe talking about possibly playing a little bit more. I think he just like had a good session. Probably just had a good session as Sheik and was like, oh wait, yeah, this is a character. I mean, but yeah, truly, like, if Axe were to find a top tier that he likes, like,
sure,
maybe shit's fucked. Maybe he needs Pikachu to compete. Who knows?
Who knows?
I doubt it, but
cool. Hey, wait, let me do my Ryan thing. Nah, never mind.
No. Let's do a fucking thing. Phil, say a word. Say another word. I need
robot.
I need robot. That is our phrase for the podcast. If you want to act like you're in the know, comment I need robot.
You really didn't do
on the comments.
I was trying to say
oh no. I need robot.
I'm a dumb bitch. I blew it. That's so sad.
Ryan,
spin the wheel
out. You should probably just tell us what it is now. I know you don't actually know, but just tell us one of them. Oh, it's the green one. I don't know. Cool. All right.
Which one was it?
Time talks. Yeah, bring that up.
Okay.
Oh, no, I know exactly what this is.
So I want to say it anyway.
Sure.
So I'm going to make a fool of myself and it's awesome. So everyone's talking about timers again,
dude.
And somebody made
fucking cares.
Really? No, yeah, it's like fucking. So apparently there's this huge meme that came up on Twitter, and it was YCZ or something, and it's one of those like your mind expanding memes where it just like you become ethereal as the meme goes on or whatever. You start with Homer brain, and then it goes on. And I'm not gonna read any of them because they're long and I hate them. But fucking everyone's talking about timers again.
It was a summarization of what Smash Twitter was.
Correct.
Doing. It wasn't like YCZ started the
No.
the avalanche, but got caught up in it.
Got you.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the ones where I checked Smash Twitter and I was like, why? Why the fuck are you talking about this? Why? I don't know. I do not care.
We talk about the timer.
Whatever, bro. I play Samus. If you want to make me time out however many percentage more of my games, bro, I'm down. Whatever. This is like truly like I feel the same way about wobbling about this. Like it doesn't fucking. I've convinced myself this doesn't affect me. So like you can do whatever you want. Melee rules gods. I will not try to argue with you.
I got you, Ryan.
But essentially, yeah, if tournaments want to try out more 7 minutes, Royal Flush, we talked about 7 minute timer.
We talk about timers once every like 4 podcasts. Too many times. And I'm over the timer.
Just literally a tournament, just do a 6 minute timer tournament. Just run it, see if fucking literally anything changes. And if unless you run that tournament, don't fucking talk about the timers. You, Allston Melee viewer, if you give a fuck about fucking timers, go run the tournament. You can do it. It's not that hard. People will show up just because it's a fucking dumb gimmick. Just do it. Like, oh my god. I feel yeah, that's why we need to run the one stock 2 minute timer event.
They should do like 99 stock infinite time so they can do mid-roll ads.
Mid-roll ads during the match is sick.
I like that. God,
that's actually so sick. You could probably do that for the 99 stock ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in the middle of it, we just have like a NordVPN.
Yeah, exactly.
Commentators, they were still showing the gameplay, but the commentators are like the main screen showing the NordVPN thing.
Trying to get as most AdSense as possible, but making your sets like an hour long per game.
But yeah, that's truly how I feel. Like I literally hate Smash Twitter talking about experimenting without experimenting.
I'd agree with you.
You all can do this. You all can host a local tournament.
They just gotta knock it off on Smash Twitter, I think. Cut it out.
you hooligans.
Yeah.
There's a follow-up that he put to this.
Yes.
Which is a tier list by Melee Sad Posts. And it's it's about who camps and experience with camping / getting camped. And it's
huge, so real.
It's very funny tier list.
So good.
And so at the top tier, I won't name them all, but top tier is Bear Grylls tier in camping is Falcon, Fox, Samus, and Falco. And under that is Big Campers, and it's Jigglypuff, both Lynx, Ganondorf. It goes on.
The biggest thing is I could feel Melee Sad Post playing a floaty through this tier list.
Yeah.
I could feel that they played a floaty also.
The bottom tier is my favorite, and it's tiered a bunch of approach lords. And it's Yoshi, Game & Watch, Dr. Mario, and Pikachu.
This one I didn't really agree with. Dr. Mario and Yoshi have a negative connotation in my head, but that could totally just be from my experience.
That's also, you're not wrong, because I mean, Amsa does the egg ledge doll and shit like that, and that's like a huge part of
the new egg. You guys see the new egg?
Is there a new egg?
There's
not
new
the website.
Egg. Amsa can reverse egg from ledge now.
What?
And it's like crazy. Fucking insane.
Yeah, that shit's insane.
What do you mean? Like he turns around and does it?
He can turn around, re-grab the ledge while I'm pretty sure he turns around egg and then turns back. Yeah, I don't know the full logistics of it. He might just be egging while staying straight and like going back. But regardless, the clips he's been posting are literally insane.
That's fucking crazy.
So crazy.
I didn't see that. That's nuts.
Fucking crazy. Yeah. But that said, egg stalling is totally a real thing.
It is.
And I don't know, like
the one guy does it.
Oh, real quick. This is funny. We made a video a long time ago. Painful sets to watch. Top 10 painful sets to watch, and we put Amsa Hungry Box in that, and that was a very
the Summit one.
We just put all of their sets.
Okay, cool.
In general, and that was a very contested one from our comments, because our comments were like, "No, it's hyped that they time out," and we're like, "Yeah, we agree, it's hyped that they time out," but it's like,
you want to see?
We're all sitting there for 7 minutes. Like I think everyone agrees that the last minute is almost worth the entirety of the 7 minutes. And that's just how I feel on timers, where it's like, if you want to run a tournament that just like makes that happen more than once every 20 tournaments, sure, whatever, fuck it, let's do it. You know, I'll be your resident Samus, and if I get put with a Jigglypuff round 1, god damn it, we're timing it out to the 6-minute timer. But yeah, just fucking experiment and stop cluttering my timeline.
Nice. Feel anything about timers? Do you give a hoot?
We should just not have them.
No more timers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Timers.
Timeless melee.
I've actually never thought about that.
Well, it would just suck, is what it would do. Well, actually, no, because it would have to end.
Would it suck? Well, no, yeah, it would be a mental game. No, it would totally be a mental game. Hungry Box would specifically benefit off of
timeless melee.
Yeah,
it's endurance. People could be in the venue for upwards of like 48 hours.
True. 64 tried it. It sucked. That's very true.
Is that true?
Yeah, 64 existed without a timer for way too long.
If that was the case, you should do like intervals where like at the 10-minute mark, you're allowed to be splashed with something. And then at like 15.
Okay, I don't know how this would work, but what if it was...
That was cool.
What if it was no timer, but still a ledge limit? I don't know how that would work. There's still a ledge limit.
Or like, you know, in Halo, there's power weapons that spawn. So at 10 minutes, a single bomb will spawn in the top platform.
Oh, we just have the end screen on the self-destruct thing happen.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, we just force that in.
It's like, good luck, fucker, and you have to do your thing.
Whoever lives at that point.
Yeah.
Has anyone thought of a jump limit?
A jump limit.
Crazy.
No double jumpsies at 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You literally only can single jump.
Has anyone done that?
Fuck?
Somebody should do that.
That's really funny.
What if it was just a melee, like, no double jump allowed tournament?
Yeah.
That would be awful, I think.
You lose a stock if you double jump.
I mean, now with like mods and stuff being more accessible through Slippy, you could definitely
do anything.
something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, chat, you know the deal.
Spin it.
We can't see it. We can't read it. We can't...
Oh, I can see all of Phil. Oh, never mind.
Oh my god, it said... oh, fuck. Bender...
what is this?
It said Bender Gods got sponsored.
Fuck. I win the last one then.
Ryan,
what's the other one?
Oh, look, stall.
Hey, man.
What's going on?
How's it going?
Let's pick up on where we left off with music. And then immediately cut off.
Oh, sure.
Sits down.
What were we talking about?
See, that's how good the conversation was.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have something to say.
Charging Dream.
What the fuck is wrong?
I do have something to say.
Yeah, we'll talk about what Patty's going.
So, one of the worst things about being like musically inclined or a producer in the melee scene is that it was way too easy for me to learn how to wobble. So easy.
I've
been a drummer my whole life. And it was just like...
Yeah. I didn't even come from music, and I kind of picked it up immediately.
Yeah.
And so when people say they can't do it, I think they're joking because it's...
I don't know. A lot of people can't hold a steady rhythm.
Which is crazy for me because when we're filming sometimes and we're doing the melee clips, I'll try to do Fox lasers infinitely, and I'll fuck it up somehow, and there'll be like huge pauses, and then it'll start shooting again. Yeah. I'm like, how come I'm so bad at this?
It's all muscle memory.
I guess so.
It's seriously weird though. It's so funny you said you did it at 200 BPM because that's a thing that if you go over 200 it drops. You should have done 190.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, so 180 to 200.
Maybe I was just thinking, I'm just remembering wrong or something like that. But
200, and that's why I think I aimed for 180 because I would never really slow down, but I would speed up.
Yeah,
but you could also go from 190 and then go over down.
Cool.
Talking about really cool
about
stuff.
wobbling.
Oh yeah,
really cool.
What's Ryan's thing?
What's Ryan?
Let me see.
Charging time.
Ryan's dream. Oh, what? So I don't even know what the fuck this is, honestly.
I can try to be a translator again.
Ryan's dream period. Ryan types like a fucking maniac, by the way. So like sentences you have to decipher. Which character charges the most / relies on charging the most? Samus, DK, Sheik, Mewtwo, etc.
Oh, okay.
So I guess what he's asking is which characters charges the best, which is a different question than which character charges the most. So those are two different questions. Who has the best charge and who charges the most?
Yeah. Okay.
Quality versus quantity.
I think Sheik's needles. I hate to say it, but it's like
it's like the second or third best projectile
truly,
in the game.
I think the best charging thing possible because it also it like DK has this ability too, but the ability to turn around when charging is really crucial, especially if it's
Who needs it
like
the most?
good. Like Samus obviously cannot do it. But yeah, the ability to charge in air is fucking crucial. Like real crucial. I think that's the only reason why Samus isn't as good as it could be.
Yeah.
Because if she could even turn around with the charge option, it would be 10 times better. Like not even fucking actually charge. Yeah, I think ultimately Samus's charge shot is probably like the least. Maybe DK. Maybe DK. You could make an argument that DK charge. Who are the other ones?
Mewtwo, Samus, DK, Sheik.
Okay, that
Unless
one
there's
dude.
more.
That one dude does fucking. The one Japanese guy. God, Zoma does insane shit with Mewtwo's fucking charge
But
thing.
Samus is just the second best.
Mewtwo's is funny because it does the.
And you're like, was it going to hit
It
me?
does the.
Yeah.
Is it gonna go above me? Is it gonna go under me?
Dickhead move. I actually don't know what the hurt box for that looks like. I don't know if it follows the pattern or if it's just it has like a visual where it does that and it's just straight the
Can
whole
we
way
count
through.
Zelda? Brim's fire or the fuck?
Din's Fire?
Din's fire.
I guess that's a charge, kind of.
It's kind of a
Yeah.
I guess sort, but not really because like you get it off.
I have something where you sorry, continue.
No, I'm pretty much done.
Sweet.
I'm done.
Where you
Get
store
off of this shit.
where you store a charge and have to use it is Luigi down B.
Yeah.
When you do that shit on stage and you have to use it to get back. I guess that's like a charge.
That's like a
but-
bad charge.
Well, it's a chart. Here's my question. I actually don't know, and it's weird because I mained Luigi for so long, but I'm pretty sure charging it doesn't mean anything.
What? Is that true?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Tell me in the chat, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't really matter if you charge or not. Is that true?
No, I
I think it does matter, which is why they always do it.
You have more aerial.
You have verticality. Doesn't it add verticality?
Yeah, it adds verticality.
You mean charge as in the side B or
No, I'm sorry. That is the side B is a move. I'm talking about when you
No. Yeah, you have so with Luigi, it's the down B on stage. You
Correct.
store it,
Okay.
and then you do
That's what I was thinking of.
Yes.
I was not thinking of which is a charge in a way.
It is.
Yeah.
It is charge too.
But do you
Luigi
need to
side
do it?
B?
Do you need to do it?
What are you talking about?
Do you need to fully charge a Luigi side B for it to do anything?
Well, you go nowhere if you do the.
The quick one.
If you just press side B, you just go nowhere.
But I actually don't know this because I'm an idiot. If you press side B, can it still misfire? With just pressing it.
Yes.
Just pressing it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that is true.
I used to think that if I charged it really long, it would misfire, but that's not true.
No, it's random, right?
Like when I was a kid, I was like, oh, I charge it longer, I'll get a misfire. But it's not, it's random. So that's why I'm confused about it, but I'll look it up. Google is my friend.
So I'll say Sheik's needles, and I think Donkey Kong's punch might be better.
Charge shot's better than Donkey Kong punch.
But just like the ability to turn around is like so
Yeah.
crucial for DK.
Yeah.
Like imagine if DK couldn't turn around in the air like that and couldn't do that back air. That one
Yeah, I
like
feel you.
full hop turnaround back air.
which is rad
it's like so like I don't yeah, I guess charge shot is crucial to Samus.
because it's pressure and it's I don't know. It's like whatever. How many of these characters can charge, stop charging, and then resume charging? Can any of
all
them
of
do
them.
that in this game?
All of them.
Is that true? Is that everyone?
Every single one of them.
Okay. I thought some of them couldn't do that.
I guess you make an argument Luigi can't.
Sure. Whatever.
If we count Luigi charging, but literally all of them can. Yeah.
Cool.
Samus can. There's a funny bit of like charging the gun in their face as Samus, because like when you get close to the full, it's like really ambiguous as to when you have it. So if you just do like the quick like charge thing, like that's super threatening. Because it's like showing big gun out, and Plop used to do
gun.
it all the time. Plop used to literally charge it as like a mix-up.
I miss Plop Samus.
Duck too. Duck always did it too.
Please.
You're fine. All right. The other topic was,
That was it.
No.
Oh, wait, is there something else?
There is fill time and there's something else. I can look at the
Fill
thing.
time. I mean, I have the thing from me. Unless there's something you want to talk about that isn't on this. Is that
There's
what you mean?
another topic. New Allston Melee movie.
That's
I don't
what
know
it
what the
is.
fuck this is.
It's in the video, bro. Jesus Christ, Patty.
That makes so much sense.
Like, what is the movie?
What's the movie? Yeah, we did a video. It's really cool, apparently.
It's a really good one. I watched it. It was fantastic.
YouTube comments say, very good video, Mr. Patty. And I say, thank
Patty
you,
not
YouTube
Allston.
comments. We hadn't made a video in quite a while. We took a full month break off from the bender. It's pretty needed, you know? Some might say that we had all this popularity blowing up and all this content things. Why not take advantage of content sphere? And we said, oh wow, break needed.
We tired.
We tired.
We tired. No, I don't know. We worked really hard on the thing and it blew up.
Then there was this thing that we never once thought of if we were doing the right thing. And I mean that in a good way. I mean that in the way where we're just like, we're just doing this because we have. Like, we have to fucking do this event.
Yeah.
Why haven't we done this? Like, we have all these tools. We have all these people.
I think it's because we always talked about doing something like, not us doing it, but the ability to do something like that.
Yes.
And it's like, time to put your money where your mouth is. And
yeah.
And then we did it.
And we did it where it's like, God, I don't want to think about that for a little bit. Just as a collective. And then we were just like chilled. But that created a really good environment. Just to be like, yeah, let's just do whatever the fuck we want, you know? Mm-hmm. It's not like, okay, making a video, we're trying to get this video out in 2 weeks, we're trying to do this. It's like, fucking, what do we want to do right now? What do we think is cool? Yeah, and I mean, a part of it we were like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, we didn't have the number one to this video for so long. We were like, we had Ken Combo down, but we're just like, I don't know if it's the number one. Like, we do this bit, like, I think one of the best times we ever did it was, we did this video, 10 times Melee mainstream. And then number one was Ludwig. It's like, fucking, of course number one was Ludwig, but nobody thought of that. And that's like a thing that we try to do a lot. Where it's like, have the number one be this thing where it's like, we can get really passionate about, but not necessarily the thing that everyone thought and expected. But we're like, fuck it. Ken Combo is the goddamn number one thing. Like I can just show this to you and you can see what it is. And yeah, that kind of spawned the ending of like, you know, just seeing character models do things in game. Yeah, video is very cool. Just the ability to just fully work on something where we're just like, fucking, we're doing this. This is going to be cool. It's going to be rad. Yeah, clearly the ending hit for a lot of people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times where I like really care about making the endings of the top 10s personal. And fucking, you will catch me fucking dead before you see me doing, hey, thanks for watching the video. Like, that is Mike and Ryan's job. Like, sincerely, like, I value the outro as much as I value the intro, because that's the feel that you're going to leave when you click out of this YouTube video. And yeah, like, I know a lot of people, it was like kind of the definitely the most impactful outro that a lot of people experience.
It's great.
Yeah, it's something that we've tried to have since the beginning. It was like, yeah, this is the part where we say what this fucking means to us, and we are the channel that describes what Melee means to us. Yeah. So if we are not confident in doing this, then what the fuck are we doing a channel for? Yeah, that's part where I always feel great when we get to the outro, because it's like, we've been working towards this thing this entire time. Now to just heavy in the theme of this video. And yeah, we felt like we nailed it that one.
It's a good video. I
still contributed a couple beats to it. Actually, like, fucking one of my favorite beats that I think I've used in quite a long time was on there. The I can't think of the name.
I don't know what the name is.
It's it had like seagulls and like the waves.
Oh yeah.
In it.
It was
like really fucking good for it.
Yeah, that was a beat I used on my Aesop Rock remix thing for None Shall Pass.
Yeah.
Plug.
Look that up. It's on YouTube.
But yeah, we made a video. It's popping off, gonna be honest.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I didn't notice.
I
didn't look at the numbers.
We
that's why.
dropped it a couple of days ago. It's at like 15K views right now, which is really cool.
Awesome.
We've gotten like 1,000 subscribers in the past hour. We hit 9K.
Jeez,
we hit 9K. Crazy. We're at 9. We're at 9.5 right now.
So close.
Double digits.
So yeah, we're 10K is gonna be really cool. From what I hear from the YouTube sphere is that it's gonna be we might have to drop the whole 11K, 12K, 13K.
Just the shtick.
It kind of just goes in fives.
Got
now.
you. Oh, we're gonna be famous.
No.
Let's have Scott the Waz on all of our videos.
Oh, let's have Scott the Waz.
That's a good goal, though. Seriously.
Let's get Scott. Scott, if you're listening.
Oh, dude, the worst part, right? Okay. Ludwig blowing up, right? Oh my god, doing streams with fucking
everyone
with Corpse Husband. Wow, crazy, right? Ludwig's so big. We put out this tweet. We're like, wow, can't wait till we're as big as Ludwig. fuck. Ludwig, biggest Twitch streamer now.
Yeah.
We
Just of all time.
Dude, well, can't wait till we're as big as Ludwig was.
He's our rival.
He's our rival.
He thinks about us every night. He's like, God, I'm so glad I'm more popular than those Allston Melee fuckers. God, let's go off on a tangent real quick.
Totally.
So it's only now that I'm watching Twitch streams more often because I'm home a lot, especially over the last year, that I kind of understand how connected all of the people and the things are on Twitch. So for an example,
this is weird.
So I watch Ludwig because he's from Melee, and it's just so happens through like hard work and being a really smart guy.
Super entertaining.
Yep.
Yeah.
That he's the most popular streamer on Twitch, and he interacts with these people like Corpse Husband, who just so happened to show up randomly in like Among Us lobbies because he was a nice guy, I guess, and he makes music, and now he's popping off. And so him on like a song or album cover has, you know, the lady from who does the New Jersey accent, who has the double hair or whatever, the Gengar girl or whatever the fuck, everyone pops off over her. She's the face of the Corpse Husband music, I guess, and whatever. And so this whole thing just blows my mind or whatever. And it's just like, how does this happen?
It reminds me a lot of YouTube collabs back in like 2013 when there were MCMs.
Okay.
Yeah, that's sick.
I don't know. But it is crazy when you see the Among Us videos, and it's like this whole cluster of, these are streamers. I don't know how that all gets together. I don't know if they have like people that are running it, quote unquote, like that are putting these things together and getting these groups of people together.
Yeah.
I don't know if that is, but like it is cool to see that everybody is working together, because it could be like a video or like a stream where it's like you said, like a Corpse Husband or a Ludwig with like a critical like or anything like that, and it's like, how the fuck are these guys all playing Among Us with each other?
Very recently there's
I mean, like,
sorry,
we're like one friend group removed from that person.
So
I'm not gonna front.
Come
you
get
know
us.
what I'm talking about?
No, I get what you mean.
Yeah, we know someone who has dated that person.
Yeah.
And like that's the same way with Ludwig, where it's like we know this person because they've like been around. I don't know. That's truly how I feel about a lot of the.
Isn't it so funny?
Those people.
It's all about
like,
who you know.
That's how they feel about them. It's like they probably just could know of each other. Yeah. Because like
and it's mutually beneficial when you're at that level of popularity to collab with each other.
Exactly. Especially when you know this person's a normal human being.
Yeah.
I can talk about passion and collaboration all day. I saw somebody in the chat earlier was like said the word passion, and there's a super cut of how many times I've said passion. Probably.
I mean, that's our podcast at this point. Yeah, totally.
Very recently, right now, Valorant Masters is happening in Iceland. It's the biggest tournament so far.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's super dope.
And super rad. I love Valorant. I'm trash at it, but Ludwig is restreaming the tournament. Most popular streamer on Twitch. Yesterday, he had Mango over, who's a relatively popular streamer. He's over 10Ks. He's a figurehead in Melee or whatever.
Huge streamer in all sense.
He's our biggest Melee streamer, right? Am I crazy? Or is it HBox?
It's HBox, unfortunately.
Who gives a shit? But he came over.
Unfortunately, let's go.
No, I'm just kidding.
Juan?
HBox, love
Hell
you.
yeah, Juan.
Smoochies.
We're huge Crunch fans round here.
Crunch fans.
Crunch fans round here.
Big Crunch fans. We're Crunch brothers.
Crunch brothers.
We're Crunch brothers.
Captain Crunch brothers round here.
But so he had Mango on for Valorant.
Yeah,
he came to his
he didn't have Crunch on.
His Ludwig house. So weird. So he should have started with Crunch.
Weird.
It's weird. He had Mango. Today he had Hiko.
Oh, that's wild. Yeah.
Which is, you know, it's
I
you.
I just know of that person. I know their Twitch.
There's an evolution line, and it's you, Hiko, and
oh, thanks.
Come on, Michael.
Mike Hayes?
Mike Hayes, thank you.
Mike Hayes is second, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm second. Fuck Mike Hayes.
Okay, fuck you.
He plays poker now. Now I'm the second.
Good for him. That's awesome. But Hiko, member of 100 Thieves, Valorant team.
Yeah.
Very talented player and a really like huge Valorant streamer. And tomorrow he's going to have Wardell from TSM on, who's the op slash duelist player for TSM. Another huge Valorant stream. So it's really
wait, hold on. Duelist player?
Duelist being it's a class of Valorant character.
Oh,
yeah. Those are the ones that shoot all the guys and kill them.
Pumped. I was like, they have a Yu-Gi-Oh!
No, he's gonna get the Yu-Gi-Oh! guy to come over. They're gonna open some packs.
He's the duelist, dude. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's cool how when you get to a like that level, or even you don't even have to be there. It's just like, hey, this is the thing that you're passionate about, and you're actively involved in the esports scene, and I'm the most popular streamer on Twitch. Let's have a meeting of the minds where everyone, I've also said that a whole bunch, and it just creates a really cool ecosystem where people can get involved in something they might not think they are, or they might not even be about, but watching it just because their favorite guy is watching it. You know what I'm saying? Same thing when Ludwig streams Melee. That's something he does not have to do. We talk about this all the time.
It's honestly probably hurtful to him.
And he
probably
does
gets way more viewers if my pogo stuck.
Absolutely. And he does it because he loves fucking Melee, and I think he wants to give back and stuff like that. And
all right, I hate to bring up this because fuck this community in general.
Sure, yeah, absolutely, dude.
But I like Tweak's podcast, Ultimate
Tweak?
Podcast.
Does Tweak have an Ultimate podcast?
Pretty funny. I
Never
see
heard of it.
clips of it on Twitter, and I'm like, it's pretty funny.
What's it called?
They have some funny people. Mars was on it, and that was funny. Friend of the Allston Melee podcast, Hazmat, was on it. Yeah, I don't know.
What's it called?
Yeah, definitely Boomy. Thank you, Boomy. Please,
what is
please,
the name of this
everyone,
podcast?
Boomy. I don't fucking know.
You said you liked
the
it.
Ultimate I've just seen clips.
All right, fine.
The Ultimate Podcast.
I'll check it out.
Featuring, I don't know.
Tweak is kind of a dweeb, but if he's funny, then I'll watch his thing.
But it had that feel where it's like, oh, fucking, I relate to a couple of these that you're like bringing up, and it's funny because like we have that feel. And I'm sure that's like a similar thing where it's like, yeah, if you listen to someone from Valorant talk and they talk about, I don't know, playing video game and playing against someone, it's like, oh, they're talking about the versus part. I relate to that because I know how that feels.
Yeah.
It's literally called the Tweak Podcast.
Is it actually what it's called?
Yeah. Okay.
That's so wild.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll give it a listen. It sucks because...
Boomy, thank you. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I know you expect better of me. I'm sorry.
I've tried to listen to the Mango and the 6'4" podcast before, and I just can't fucking do it. Something about that podcast just doesn't do it for me. And it sucks.
We made a meme.
I like those people. We did make a meme. Should we talk about the meme that we made? Did you see the meme that we made?
We made a meme.
Talk about your meme, Patty.
SSBM podcast cheat sheet. It was
no, I didn't see that.
Very funny meme. All right, guys, I'll tell you the truth. There's a thing that we try to do where it's every time we're releasing a video, either like the day before or the day of, we try to go viral on Twitter, or like go viral in like Melee Twitter, and we've been incredibly successful, and all of our like plotted viral tweets have like popped off. This one was popped off pretty well. We had the SSBM cheat sheet, and yeah, we got to make fun of our friends. We also spawned a beef. we're now versus Melee stats, I guess. I don't know.
Fuck you, Melee.
No.
I know, I'm kidding, obviously.
Yeah, no,
beef has gone horribly wrong in the past.
They called us a rival. Yeah, we're so
bad at beef.
We're so bad.
Well,
at
it's not
rivals.
we. I think it's you and Ted are bad at beef.
I'm great.
Was it you?
No, you.
Maybe it was not me.
You were part. Anyway.
No,
we're great.
I was not the issue. If anyone, it was Ted.
Rivals.
Ryan, back me up here if you're here. It was absolutely not me.
Ryan,
back me up here.
Ryan,
Ted, I think it might have been Ted and Freddie.
Ryan, if you say anything, I'm gonna ban you from the chat.
How dare you turn this on me? I was nothing but lovely.
Anyway, it was totally Mike's fault. Anyway,
absolutely not. I didn't say anything. I was like, hi.
We're not good at being rivals. We're just kidding. We're so competitive.
It's true. Fuck. Hey, what's next? Should we go back to talking about creative stuff, or should we
let's go back to talking about creative stuff. But real quick, if you have something that you want to ask the Awesome Melee podcast,
I want to see what he said.
Please do so. He said ... That's what he said. I'll tell you. That's
okay. Thank you.
Please do so via chat questions. If you want to ask specifically something about, I don't know, maybe making Melee merchandise in this sphere. Maybe it's just like being creative in Melee. Maybe it's just doing something that isn't playing the game. If you want to ask either of these cool people about what they do in Melee and specifically what it is that they're passionate about making merch, feel free to do so, and we will answer them at the end of this podcast.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Phil.
What's Phil time mean?
I mean, just talk about something, I guess.
Phil mode?
Yeah, we're going Phil mode. We're Phil-pilled right now. We're Phil-pilled.
All right.
Big chungus.
Where did we leave off?
We're talking about the collective thing that we want to do.
Oh, yeah.
We want to like start like a fucking Melee merch thing, and nobody's really done this.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
I would love that.
Yesterday.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's definitely really interesting. Collectives are really dope in the same way that like we were talking about collaboration. Like,
name the most famous collectives ever.
Well,
Animal.
It goes
nice. Good start. Good start.
But I think
are you gonna say like OF or something?
Yeah, OF and the Brockhampton.
Oh
yeah. I think Brockhampton's a good one too.
Yeah, that like is immediately what I think of, and how it's crazy.
But we don't sing or dance. We do pictures instead.
We do pictures.
Yeah.
I was about to go into it.
No, keep going. Seriously, do. It's Phil time.
OF, but we're not.
No, seriously. I want to do that. Let's go off. See, I'm not joking.
Okay. that can make this actually relate to what we're talking about.
On Unfiltered.
Like, you know, we talk a little bit about like, what I'm trying to say. OF was cool because they all kind of made music together, but then they branched off and grew outside of it. And it's like so cool to see like where Frank Ocean went, and like Tyler went, and then Earl went, and they all like.
And then the rest.
I mean, the internet's
Shut up, Domo Genesis.
Yeah, shout out to Left Brain. I hope you're doing good. I'll take a large fries, please. Left Brain. God. Just kidding.
Yeah, like I think what's cool about it is like with collectives like that, you're just surrounded by a bunch of people that just want to make shit better constantly. Just want to keep like moving forward and helping each other out. But for collectives in terms of merch for Smash, not really a thing, because merch is you know, it's something pretty niche, and we're already in a niche enough.
Melee is very niche. I mean, as much as it like when the big things happen on Twitch, they're big. Yeah. But like in general, yes, we're very, very like.
So now we're getting to the niche of the niche.
I mean, yeah, we've talked about this personally, and we've talked about this also on the podcast. Is that when Genesis is designing their merch shop, it is absolutely on the basis of, hey, we desperately had to think about running this actual tournament.
Put G and then the number afterwards, and then
yes,
this is where
please handle this aspect of our Smash GG. And yeah, that is something where it's like fucking. I would love to truly capitalize on that and be the people who can use your dope branding to do something cool. And yeah, I mean, we talk about wearability and fucking creating shit that we think is cool. These brands have the ability to, so they don't have the time to.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's really all it is. They just don't have the time to. They don't have the time to find the artist they think is cool, to interact with them in the way that, you know, to figure out the perfect windbreaker to go on these products. That's what I want. I would love us to be able to do.
I would love it so that we could grow, and like, of course I'd love to continue to Smash stuff, but if it came to a point where we could just make stuff even outside of games and just have a shop and have that shit blow up and have opportunities arise from there.
And that's what I'm saying with like collectives, is you don't know where anything is going to go.
Exactly.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
You just get to see shit grow and
naturally
grow, which is super dope. I like, you know, I love being surrounded by passionate people that like making art. Making art is cool.
It is cool because you don't got to do that. You just want to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I just love being surrounded by creatives. It's what's crazy about like where I was just at versus where I was now is like I was just at a college where like everybody was like that. Like everybody I was surrounded was like a creative to a certain extent.
Same deal with art school. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But honestly, people get into just clean up the PBRs. People get into like when you think about merch, it can quickly get into the this is about money thing, which in some senses it definitely is. But like we have design philosophies. I don't think like any tournament organizer is thinking about design philosophies.
No, certainly not tournament. There's people who go beyond that, like Spiff Space or whatever is one of them for that does gaming merch, but also has a very
Justin Wharton.
Justin Wharton is a great example.
Fucking signed to Panda now. That's so cool.
Is that true?
Yeah, Justin
Good for
Wharton
him.
signed to Panda. I know that because we might have reached out to him and be like, hey, you want to work on stuff? He's like, can't. I work for Panda now. It's like, that's tight.
Sorry, man. Thank you. Good shit. Yeah, for sure. That shit rules. And I would love to continue to expand in that way. And I think we have a very talented group of friends that is capable of doing something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jisoo is probably like one of the biggest ones where it's like, fan of what they do.
Yeah.
We've talked about a lot about like, oh, dude, they have it locked down as to how to sell an item. You know, you put Scar, you put Tove, you put Mango in this 0-2 thing. And then everyone associates this product with those people. Yes. And that's key. And then we try to do that a little bit with like the Dawson Melee Bender, like modeling our stuff. Yeah, that's what's cool. Like we know that we can create a photo of us wearing this merch in a cool way. But yeah, doing something like that is just like the times 10 version of that.
Yes.
Yeah, we were talking about how we live in New England. And getting like a Mango to wear our shirt is a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, of course.
But we have some people that we really want to work with for modeling our stuff. I think I think there's some top players here that are pretty fashionable that I think could.
I would agree with you.
Well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, we need fiction to model this jacket.
Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch. I think he dropped the captain actually recently.
He is just Crunch.
Just Crunch.
Yeah.
I don't actually know if
I think he's just Crunch, unless that's just his nickname. I think he is just Crunch.
he's dropped all his Twitter, so to me he doesn't exist anymore.
He's
Off the face of the earth.
He's off of Twitter.
Off the grid.
Off Twitter.
Man.
He's off
Crunch off
Twitter
the
for a
grid.
while.
Crunch off the grid.
Crunch off the grid.
He lives in a hole in a forest somewhere. That's kind of cool.
He's commented on a couple of our Reddit posts. And I always think,
Really?
like, does he, bro? Do you know we were?
You came
know
to our
us.
thing all the time.
You know us, dog.
Your thing all the time.
I think
Alright.
he was trying to forget us a little bit.
A lot of people do.
Oh,
What does that
great,
say?
great question, Petra. Question for the question time. What do y'all think about the New Jersey in-person tournaments that have come up, like the Dub and Run It Back starting soon? And have you watched them? No, I have not watched them.
I've not watched
I know
them
that
either.
they exist. Yeah, Ryobeat went to a tournament and lost. Drove 4 hours to tournament and lost. That was a funny thing. It's like, oh yeah, that's the tournament experience. Driving 4 hours to lose to Wally or whatever. I don't know the exacts on the logistics behind the tournament. Gonna be honest.
Nope.
I would be hopeful that they did some sort of double vax check or maybe like a vax card check, which seems to be the move.
Whatever the mask mandate is and fucking
I know
New
the
Jersey.
tournaments were terrified previously because they were like, we can't legally check vax things. And then everyone's like, no, you can absolutely legally check as a business to see if somebody is thinking. But then everyone's like, well, we're not legally a business. It's like, bro, if you're going to make excuses for you to fucking host a shitty tournament, don't host a fucking tournament.
I feel like I don't know. My brain's telling me that we're still a little bit off of.
I'm saying boat. Yeah. I mean, to be full disclosure, I've not gone to a restaurant throughout the entirety of the pandemic. I've gone to a restaurant this week. Like that is I'm double vaxxed. Like I
wasn't.
It was cool. It was
Nice.
we celebrated my birthday. We went to a cocktail
Happy birthday,
bar,
Patty.
and that was cool. And yeah, that was I've absolutely felt like we've been safe to the degree that we need to for the pandemic. But yeah, it was cool to feel a little bit of like, okay, there's like we can kind of like breathe in and chill for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel comfortable enough to like go to somebody's house. But I also would say like, not only are you talking about checking people's cards, but like it's going to take a while for people to get acclimated with like going places.
Yes.
And the fact that melee tournaments and weeklies are usually held in like cramped spaces to begin with.
Yeah.
There's going to be
Out of necessity.
Yeah,
we have to be
exactly.
here. But yeah, that
So like
That's
right
true.
now, do I want to be in the old Game Underground basement venue? No.
No, I'm good on that.
Even if it's masked up and everybody's vaccinated, it still will weird me out because I'm not used to that experience
Yeah,
yet.
I feel you.
even being at NGP seems weird right now.
I
You know
agree.
what I
Yep.
mean?
Yeah.
But it's like we're almost there to
We're
where it
so
makes sense.
close. Just wait, be a little bit more patient. I mean, that's like the thing is patience.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna bring up. Where it's like, to be honest, I don't know New Jersey's vax numbers, but I can tell you very confidently that I think Massachusetts is one of, if not the best in the U.S.
We're very lucky.
So like
Vermont's
we right now have an experience that isn't necessarily the same across the world.
Correct.
There could be somebody watching this podcast who is like struggling to get a vaccination.
What's a
And,
vax?
and their friends don't have vax like us, which is like, this is a huge privilege that Massachusetts has right now, and it's very easy for us to just think like, oh, this is how the entire country is operating on. But yeah, like that is absolutely like, all of us are vaxxed in this room. That's super cool.
Yeah.
We are a privileged state, and I think the fact that we are taking it this slow should at least send something to the other regions. But yeah, shouts out to Petra for double checking. Can confirm that the New Jersey tournament did check for double vax cards and had a double vax thing, at least according to the Smash G page. So yeah, at least people are being conscious of it. Hold on, let me scroll up. There's another chat question.
Yeah, Vermont I think might have been the best in the country.
What did silly Ryan say?
What's the best video game of all time?
Is that what Ryan said? Really?
Someone else from a while ago said this.
What's the best?
I just
What is it, Phil?
Oh, dude, Snaky Bus.
You're the most.
Is the reason?
No, Snaky Bus is so dope. Yeah,
We all say Snaky Bus.
I think I'm gonna stream Snaky Bus.
You should.
Coming soon. I need to get a little bit better, but I've got.
You're still playing Snaky Bus?
I'm playing a lot of Snaky Bus.
I played it for the first time yesterday.
You like Snaky Bus?
A lot of Snaky Bus.
It's pretty cool. I've seen people play it.
I actually figured out a strat. I have the number 2 weekly score on Dorm right now. So your boy's becoming a Snaky
You're great
Bus.
at Snaky Bus.
Yeah.
Phil, do you have, as a Game Boy?
As a
human Game Boy, do you have a question? I'm sorry. Do you have an answer to what is the best game?
Video game of all
and
time.
best is in like you can say your favorite. Who gives a shit?
I think the best video game of all time is Katamari Damacy.
Oh, that's a sick answer.
It's a great
I
answer.
think that's the best video game of all time.
No.
From a systems design standpoint, absolutely genius. Roll up a snowball, it makes total sense in the real world. Roll up the world. Like the dude that made that is like an absolute genius. It's like, yeah, awesome. This
definitely one of those age
Sweet.
well games.
Age well. The art style is because it's on purpose low poly, and also like because it had to be low poly to fit that many objects on screen at once. It looks,
They designed around that.
They designed around it.
Cool.
And it was an aesthetic choice too. And so when you upscale it, like with the reroll, like it still looks really
Sure.
good. Also, the music fucking kicks ass.
It's really good.
Kicks ass.
Yeah. So Snaky Bus.
Yep.
Katamari Damacy. And I say Kingdom Hearts 2. Let's move on.
Sick. I'm so happy that this Melee podcast didn't say Melee. We're so cool.
Who
We're so cool,
Who needs
guys. Wow. Question for question time. Allston Melee koozies? Question mark.
We should do koozies.
Koozies, great
Didn't we
thing.
think about koozies and we just didn't do them for the vendor?
Gonna be honest, probably gonna be a minute till we get some more Allston Melee products.
Sure.
We just did it,
For the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea though. Keep that in mind. Koozies.
Wow, really hard to scroll.
It's cool. You got this.
Okay, yeah, I think
Is
we're
that
up
it?
to date as of now. Last chance to get questions in. We've been going for a hot 2 hours.
It has been 2 hours.
I stress hot.
It's so
been a
hot.
This
one.
is the muggiest podcast.
I'm a sweaty bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. My shit is wet.
Yeah, that's awesome though. It's kind of weirdly cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because rain. I love the
Yeah,
rain.
the rain.
The rain is nice.
But yeah, ultimately, it was cool to have this vibe on our podcast.
Because usually that fucking Ryan guy's here.
That Ryan guy. No, but we did this yesterday. We've been in like merch mode. We've been in creative mode. We've been in collective productive mode.
Film
and it's film mode. We've been in film mode.
Phil Pills.
It is cool to have this same vibe be experienced on the podcast. Many a time the viewers have heard Patty go into passionate TO mode, but this is like a different type of passionate that exists. That isn't playing Melee. That is doing something outside of the game.
Sure.
And that's the cool part that I love. I love that Allston Melee can be this thing that we can host this big old badass event, but we can also be the thing that you can reach out to us personally and get our opinions on how to make better merch for your own thing. So Phil, lead us out. What are we ending on?
I want to plug something too, but keep going.
Oh yeah. Plug?
Can I plug something real quick before Phil ends us up? So me and Ryan have a podcast. It's called Discog Dudes. We talk about music that we don't know about, and we're not professionals. However, right next to me is a professional. This guy loves music and he makes it. And guess what? Here's a hint for you bozos. Is he actually made our theme song that is going to premiere next week. So yeah, finish that. And it's really, 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 really good. And me and Ryan, when we both heard it for the first time, went fucking bananas because it's so good. And he's gonna be making music for us, and he's really, really awesome. And that's it. So listen to our podcast about music. Thank you. Disco Dudes.
And I guess I'll plug my stuff while I'm here as well. I have a YouTube channel. If you like any of the beats that are on the Allston Melee videos, I upload all of them to my YouTube channel, Reechonline, REECH online. Also on Twitter under that same name. Follow me. Reach out to me also if you want beats, if you want to rap on beats. I've been waiting for people to hit me up. I haven't been doing a good enough active job looking for people to like work on my stuff.
It's fair.
Mostly because I've been just drowning in schoolwork. But I'm out.
He's free.
I'm free. I'm out of college. Thumbs up onto unemployment. Epic.
We'll post the faker thing somewhere.
Oh yeah, we've got to put that somewhere. That song kind of slaps.
It does actually kind of slap.
Yeah.
That is probably like the most proud. I actually have a plug too. I'm surprised I haven't plugged on this podcast.
What? Patty has a plug.
If you're watching this in live time on Wednesday, and even if you're not, you can still do a bit. Every Thursday, I do a radio show with my sick partner. It's called Why Did They Leave Me? It's kind of like a hyperpop meets hot topic dressing room-esque Twitch radio show. It's real cool. We have a lot of Whooper gifts. Come by, check it out.
Whooper watch.
It's about 6 p.m. ET every Thursday. We try to play music that you know and might not know. So yeah, twitch.tv/why did they leave me. Yeah, it's kind of like the only social that we have right now. But yeah, it's just a cool thing that we did to continue doing radio show. Yeah, thanks.
Good shit. Phil?
This is great.
I need something. Can you tell me what I need? Get ready with the thing.
I want it.
Yeah! Catch you next time.
Love you, bye. Baby,
you know that I miss you. I wanna get with you. Kiss me through the phone.
I don't know why the outro doesn't work.
678-998-212.
The outro doesn't work right now. Maybe next week it'll be better. Kiss me through the phone.